What is happening, everyone? My name is Jack Saville and I'm here today for my WWE SummerSlam 2015 review, and this was okay. I feel that this pay-per-view suffered the same fate as Money in the Bank 2 months ago, whereas the matches were very good, but I feel the finishes were just like, what the fuck? Like, some of them were pretty damn bad, especially one at the end of the show, which I'll get to later. First match we have here is Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Oh, we're starting off very excited. I was not really paying attention too close to this match. We already saw in Battleground, and I thought their Battleground match was pretty good, and it's still better than this match at SummerSlam. I think Sheamus did like the 10 bit where he like gets the guy into the ropes and he does the smashing thing, but then Randy he does the jump up and do the shoulder tackle thing, but then Randy Orton hits the RKO out of nowhere. Then right after that, I believe Sheamus hit the bro kick and wins the match, which I was very surprised about. I did not expect Sheamus to win. I predicted Orton to, and I did predict Sheamus to win, actually. Apologies. So, yeah, should have expected it. Orton won last time. Sheamus won this time, so it's one apiece. Are they going to do a rematch at Night of Champions? We're just going to have to wait and see. So, yeah, pretty boring match in my opinion, but Sheamus ended up getting the win, and let's see where he goes from here. Then we get a match which I thought was going to be on the pre-show, but ended up being on the main show, which I was very happy about, which is the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. The champions, the Primetime Players, versus the Lucha Dragons, versus the New Day, versus Los Matadores. New Day were hands down the most over team in the Brooklyn crowd tonight. Oh, before we get to that match, when the show started, Jon Stewart came out and did a segment with Mick Foley, and, you know, it was goofy and it was pretty funny, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Forgot to say that at the beginning. So, yeah, Fatal 4-Way match, pretty damn good. All four teams showed off what they could do. But the New Day were the stars of this match, obviously. Lucha Dragons and Los Matadores, they were doing fine. Xavier Woods was just talking so much shit on the outside. I believe El Torito went to jump up and attacked Xavier Woods, but he just planted him onto the ground. I believe Kofi hit the Trouble in Paradise, and the New Day are your new tag team champions. Very happy about that. I'm not too upset that the Primetime Players lost. I mean, WWE realized that the New Day are the biggest tag team they have on the roster right now. I say, let's move along from the Primetime Players and let's get someone new. Let's get the Lucha Dragons involved. I really want to see a New Day Lucha Dragons feud. I think that'd be very, very cool. So yeah, decent enough match. Happy that the New Day have won the tag team titles. Then we get to Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev, the first of many horrible endings. This is horrible ending number 1. So Ziggler comes out. Lana is wearing like all denim, trying to fit in with Dolph Ziggler, which I think she did very well. And of course, Summer Rae's in a little Lana wannabe outfit. And the two have a pretty decent match for what they did on the card. But how this ended, unfortunately, was during the match they were both onto the outside. I believe they were fighting on the outside for some reason. And yeah, it ended in a double count out. Just really double count out. Double count out. That's the best you could do. Double count out. Oh my god. The first of many terrible endings of this pay-per-view. So stupid. You could have had Ziggler just simply win the match, but no. You had to have a double count. That makes no sense. Ziggler could have easily won this match, or at least Rusev. Let one of them win, and this is ultimately going to set up to a mixed tag match sometime down the line. So yeah, match was decent, ending sucked. Then we get to the next match, which is the Battle for Brooklyn comic book gimmicky match. Stardust and King Barrett versus Neville and Stephen Amell, aka The Arrow. Neville actually listened to me. In my predictions video, I told him to wear some red. He did. Thank yous, Neville. And I've wanted Arrow to show up in his Green Arrow attire. Nope, he just wore these shitty black pants with a bit of green at the end. So, great job, man. But actually, to be honest with you, Stephen Amell did really, really well, surprisingly, for me. I think he did very good. He did look sloppy in some bits of the match when he was facing Stardust, but, you know, he's no Bret Hart, man. He's new to this, it's probably his only chance. I mean, he jumped off the top rope onto the outside, for Christ's sakes, which was pretty crazy for, like, a celebrity to actually get involved in the match. So, you know, props to Stephen Amell, man. You did awesome, dude. Of course, Neville did some cool stuff throughout the match. Of course, this ended with King Barrett getting thrown back into the ring. Neville hits the red arrow, and they end up getting the win in a pretty entertaining match. So, yeah, Stephen Amell, you did a great job, man. And, yeah, I wonder what's next for Neville, honestly. I hope he does something big in the future. We get the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Ryback versus the Big Show versus The Miz. Ryback wins. Hooray. I didn't give a shit about this match, to be honest with you. I was doing some other stuff during this. Big Show did some shit. Miz did some shit. Ryback did the shell shock on the Big Show. That's crazy. Ryback wins. Hooray. Let's move on to the tag team match between Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Now, I thought Dean Ambrose was going to turn heel. I was waiting the entire match. I'm like, alright, Dean, time for you to turn heel, buddy. And I was like, throughout the entire match. But it did not end up happening because they ended up getting the win in a okay match. A little bit disappointing. They could have done so much more with these two. It's not an Elimination Chamber 2014 match, you know. Your typical tag team match that you would see on Monday Night Raw, honestly. But, still okay enough. Like, they both showed some good stuff in there. But, Roman Reigns ended up getting the spear, and they won the match, so hooray for them. It's going to be interesting to see where Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose will go from this. This is a bit of a shame with this feud. They could have done so much with the whole Bray Wyatt captures his daughter and something like that. But of course, in typical WWE fashion, they screw it up. Then we get to weird ending number 2, which is John Cena, the United States Champion, versus the White Power Ranger, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. It's Seth Rollins. In a winner-take-all match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and the United States Championship. Cena's wearing his brand new attire that he debuted last week on Raw, the orange and green looking shit. And Seth Rollins debuts a new attire, which is really weird. It's full-on white with the gold trim. Just... Alright then, you just... Wow, man, just wow. But they had about 20 minutes. Very, very good match, which I expected. These two did very well. Cena, just give up with the springboard stunner, man. Just stop it. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. Their typical signature and finishes were done. Rollins hit the AA, which was pretty cool. But this match ended in such a weird way. Jon Stewart comes out, who was there early in the night. He grabs a chair and he goes in the ring, and I just think to myself, he's going to hit Cena. And he's looking at Rollins and he's like, oh, I'm going to hit you. And Cena's crawling to the ground. We all know he's going to hit Cena, and surprise, surprise, boom, hit Cena with the chair. puts it underneath. Rollins does the pedigree onto the chair, and he is the United States and the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And I was like, alright, that's pretty awesome. Like, yeah, I was going into this, you know, what is Rollins going to gain from winning the US title? How I see this happening. Tomorrow night, Rollins is going to come out and says that I'm the better champion and all that. And because of that, I'm going to do a US Open challenge, and let's just say Cesaro accepts. He's pissed from his match against Kevin Owens, which I'll get to later on. And he says, look man, I can take you on for that US title. He puts it on the line. Cena gets involved somehow, and Cesaro wins the US title. So that means he can go on with a few Owens for the US belt, or someone else. I think that's what they should do. But what's Jon Stewart going to do in this? Is this going to be a one-off thing where he just pisses off afterwards, or is he going to show up tomorrow night on Raw? Which could happen, man. Like, Cena's obviously going to be pissed off because he lost his US title that he's just made so good. Just Cena has been a great US champion. No matter what you think of the guy and how you think of his character, in my opinion, he's been a fantastic United States champion. So, kudos to you, John. You kicked ass as champion. Let's see what Rollins is going to do with those two titles. Then we get to the most disappointing match of the night for me. Team Bella versus Team B.A.D versus Team PCB in a 3-team elimination match. They could have done so much more. I'm sorry, but after Bayley versus Sasha Banks in one of the greatest women's matches I've ever seen, they could have done so much more. And the thing that pissed me off about this match the most was, like, 5 minutes in, they wrestled for about 15 minutes, which I'm happy they give them time. But, like, around 5 minutes in, very early into the match, Team B.A.D gets eliminated. Sasha's over after having a fucking brilliant match with Bayley last night, and they eliminate the team in, like, 4 or 5 minutes into the match. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, at least give them some time, and then have PCB and Bella face off for the next 5 minutes, you know, but I don't know, I didn't really like how they just eliminate Team B.A.D like that. Pretty dumb decision in my books. So Team Bella and Team PCB just fought throughout the majority of the match. Bellas did their dive on the outside because, oh my god, we're so good and awesome, just fuck you. But Becky Lynch ended up getting the pinfall and PCB won. Yeah, which I expected. I definitely see Charlotte getting that Divas Championship spot very, very soon. Or just anyone from PCB. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow night they announce triple threat match, Team PCB collides, winner faces Nikki Bella for the Divas Championship. It should be the Women's Championship. Which I would dig, you know. Who I think will win, probably Charlotte and Nikki Bella, and hopefully Charlotte becomes Divas Champion. After that, we get Cesaro versus Kevin Owens. Very, very enjoyable match. They did some awesome stuff. Kevin Owens did the moonsault off the top rope, which looked crazy. Cesaro was doing uppercuts throughout the match. But how this ended was they were fighting for a bit, and then Cesaro got stunned. He hits a pop-up powerbomb. Kevin Owens wins, which I predicted in a very good match. I was kind of confused, like, how are they going to do this? But Kevin Owens did it very convincingly. I don't think Cesaro was hurt because he did a lot of offense in this match. So both guys look strong. Kevin Owens is looking stronger from after losing to Finn Balor last night, and now we're on to this. He's got a win back. So I want to see what they do with Owens and Cesaro. I think they can have a fantastic feud if they put enough time and effort into it. And, you know, with Cesaro, I see these two facing for the United States Championship like I predicted just before. So, yeah, excited to see where Kevin Owens goes. Let's hope he goes very far. Same with Cesaro. Now we've gotten to the main event. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. This was better than WrestleMania 30, man. That just right out of the gate, Undertaker shows up in his cloak. Brock's like, "Nup, stuff you, mate," and they just start going out of the get-go. Crazy stuff. They hit their finishes all the time. Brock got busted open throughout the match and got a little cut on him. And just great storytelling, man. Well, except for shitty ending number 3, which I will get to. But everything before the ending was great, you know. Brock hit like 3 F5s and Taker kicked out because that's how he lost at WrestleMania 30. And Brock Lesnar then sits up, kind of like he did last year at SummerSlam, and he's laughing. And then the fucking Undertaker, he pops up and he starts laughing. It just... Picture of the night. Picture of the night. And then they start flying fists everywhere. And then it ends in just the weirdest way I could possibly go. Undertaker gets the Hell's Gate in. Brock Lesnar gets the Kimura lock in after that. And then we don't see Undertaker tap out. He does. Referee gets the 1. But the timekeeper sees Taker tap out. He goes for the bell. Charles Robinson is like, "Hey, you don't make the calls, I do." And then when the referee was looking, Undertaker gets the low blow, hits the Hell's Gates in, and in this awesome way, Brock Lesnar's like, "I'm not tapping out to you." Like, he gives him the finger. Brilliant moment there, besides the shitty ending. And Undertaker is your winner, apparently. If this decision gets reversed tomorrow night, which they usually don't do, Paul Heyman was irate at this decision, which I can completely understand. And yeah, everything was going good until that ending, you know. Like, it was, they could have done something better, but, you know, both guys look strong, I guess. I just think they could have done it in a much better fashion. But yeah, before that, everything was awesome, and just a great match and great storytelling from these two. Undertaker did a fantastic job. Lesnar did a fantastic job. It's much, much better than their match at WrestleMania 30. A lot more action-packed. So, sum it up, it was an okay pay-per-view. Not amazing SummerSlam at all. But if I have to rate the show, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Because there were some good matches, but the endings just ruined it, man. Especially Ziggler and Rusev. That ending sucked so much. And the disappointing Divas match. But the two big matches were pretty damn good, but the finishes were just really weird. My match of the night, for me personally, is Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Despite the finish, these two, of course, they did a great job in the ring. Very physical, very good at telling the whole story, which I've repeated 30 million times, but you get the idea. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say for this SummerSlam. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like if you did. Comment down below your thoughts on SummerSlam. I'd like to hear what you think. And make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more stuff from me. My Twitter and my Instagram is at JuckermanLol31. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my Raw review. And I am out in 3, 2, 1.